Hey everybody, this is Tom from Small Scale Life. What is going on today? Well, today is Beltane. It is May 1st, 2024. And I'm back here at the garden. And it looks like World War III happened here, but it did not. So what happened? Well, I rented a sod cutter and cleaned up the lines. Well, removed all the cardboard, that's all that debris, and the tarps, that's all that debris, and also my watering troughs, that's all that debris. Moved it off the garden area and used the sod cutter to clean up the lines, add a little bit, and clean up the lines and the borders of our garden area, because there is going to be some work here real quick. Oh, all the turtles just went down. Anywho, I am gearing up to get this going. We got to get this garden going. And pulling up the cardboard today, it was really good to see there's a lot of worms in this soil. It is more of a sandy type soil with organics in it. But as you know, I am not going to be using this soil much at all. I'm going to be using these watering troughs and manufacturing my own soil and get that all going. But to do that, I had to clean up the edges. We're going to get the landscape fabric put down, and then we're going to on this area we want to manage weeds, right? We don't want all this to be under our watering gardens. And I put the cardboard and the tarps down last year. It made it through all winter. You can see there's seeds in the ground. That's what all these dead little seedlings are. Removing the cardboard and the tarps, it just exposed them to the harsh sunlight, and they're just going, oh my gosh, what happened to me? But we want to mitigate weeds, and there's a lot of them. We got a vetch right there. This stuff right here, that is vetch. Creeping Charlie, well, there's more vetch. And vetch will take over this area. We've also got this decorative grasses, and you got to be careful with that too, because it spreads. And I should back up. Sorry, this stuff spreads, and there used to be asparagus down here, but man, I think that's buried. Hey, look, there's a little butterfly guy over there. That's what we're shooting for, folks. There it is. Over. Oh, there it goes. Whoa, went right towards us. So yeah, so I cleaned up the edges. Gonna remove that grass. The side cutter did a good job, and it just comes right up. And I might need a little bit of a shovel to get it going, but for the most part, it's gonna be real easy to clean up. This area up here, this is gonna be where I'm gonna have our fence right along this edge. And there's going to be some clematis in here, some pollinator flowers in this area, our very cool Celtic style bird bath that we got at the farm. You can see the Celtic images there, which is pretty cool. I took that all down and moved out of the way to get this job done. So gonna remove all that, and then I've got to sink the posts, got to get the landscape fabric on. I am going to have a border around this because grass grows where you don't want it to grow and is a little stubborn where in places that you do want it to grow. So I'm going to have a nice edge here. I'll have to figure out where the gate is going to go. I'd like to have an access either back to compost or over to this spot here too. Ideally both, just to get out and be able to work this edge. Now the split rail fence is nice, but it's going to be replaced. So this pole is going to remain, but the rest of it is going to be removed. I'm going to put up a fence, and it might look weird with a double fence going on. So got to have deer protection because the deer here are thick and they are hungry. So we got to make sure we keep the veggies growing and the deer out. So overall, pretty excited. There is slope. You can kind of see it here. It is coming down the hill. You can see Yoga Kitty's checking it out. She's supervising. But we're sloping down. We've got a low spot along the split rail fence, but it does kind of tilt down this way so it can drain off here. And then you can kind of see it's just all downhill towards the split rail fence. So yeah, that's okay. We've got to find, with wicking beds like this, you have to have level ground, or half of your bed will have water. I mean, the water goes downhill, right? So you'll have a tilting water table like this, and stuff planted on this side of the wicking bed is not going to get as much water. So we want to keep it even and keep it level. So I'm going to have to figure that out, whether I'm going to be probably, I mean, you could have a little retaining wall, but man, who wants to do that? So I'm gonna have to figure out some way to platform those wicking beds so they're nice and level and not tilted. So, oh, there's Janie, the ninja kitty. She's working hard. This is the big maple where yesterday we saw our first oriole of 2024, and I hear them across the pond. So they are here, and it's great. It's really fun to see all the birds coming back and see my girls out. And they're usually birds are pretty smart. They stay away from these kitties for the most part. So you can see I've got feeders. The oriole feeder and the hummingbird feeder, they're going to be put on posts that we're going to have a space probably every 7.5 feet or so. So yeah, we want to do that. So that's the plan. We get excellent sun. Get back here in the back corner and I'll show you. So north is behind me, south, east, west. We get excellent sun. This is probably the shadiest corner where we'll have shade in the morning, but we're gonna get it all afternoon. We do have big maples over here where there will be some shade right there. But man, from this point on, and the sun climbs in the summer too, so it gets up to its highest point. This spot gets excellent light, and it's just in the late afternoon where we'll get some shade like we're seeing right now. Up here where the wicking beds grow, it's gonna have excellent light. I mean, basically at this point, about the midpoint of the garden, you're gonna get excellent sun all day until it goes behind these trees. So I'm pretty excited about that. We're gonna have excellent sun. Back here, I'm probably gonna have my hybrid rain gutter grow systems. It's more steep here, and since those are gonna be like grow bed tables, I can work with that. I can work with the topography, with the way I built the legs. The one trick, the other trick too, is it's kind of a long, well, kind of weird trapezoid. Back here, I didn't square it off. I suppose I could, but my plan, I mean, I used a sod cutter on this edge here, and I want every space possible for gardens. So I'm gonna have to work with that. I've got some composting going on back here. I've got my tumbler over here, so this area will be important. Previous owners planted a couple maples here and here that might need to go. I mean, it's so thick right back in here, but a lot of birds love this thick stuff. I do have buckthorn. Well, we don't, but the neighbors on the other side of the fence, there's a little fence back there, they've got buckthorn, so I want to keep those berries out of my gardens and under my potting mix. Yeah, the girls approve. Look at these girls, they're loving it. The dirt feels great. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun project. I'll bring you along as I build this out. Oh, she's very fast. They're getting ready for dinner. So with that, I'll be turning this off. So here we go, folks. The 2024 garden build. We're kicking her off. This is Tom from Small Scale Life. Remember, learn, do, grow, be a little better every day. And that, my friends, is a very good thing. And we'll see you real soon. Take care, everybody.